Ladies and gentlemen, finally, right after the patriotic fervor engulfed Kashmir, a Kashmiri Pandit has been shot dead in Shopia. Shot dead today. His brother is fighting for his life. Kashmiri Pandits, the country is horrified at the revival of these targeted killings. Let's debate.
Less than 24 hours after Kashmir celebrated Independence Day with pomp and splendor, the cowardly terrorists struck Kashmiri Pandits in Shopian. The family is distraught. While Sunil Kumar, who suffered 2 bullet wounds, succumbed to his injuries, Pintu Kumar battles for his life.
मैं 4 बार ड्यूकॉम के पास गया, डीसी के पास गया, उन्होंने एक बार भी हमारी नहीं सुना, बोला अपने गांव में बैठो, उधरी मारो, उधरी करो अपना काम। इसीलिए आज हमें ये देखना पड़ा, पहले उनको लाओ, इनको यहाँ से दफा करो, गवर्नमेंट फ्रॉम सर्विस करो डीसी और ड्यूकॉम साहब को। आज वही हुआ जो परसों हमारे साथ हुआ, आज इस घर के साथ हुआ।
ऐसे मामले में यही कहूँगा कि एक बार कश्मीर को खत्म करो, एक बार 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 मारने से अच्छा है एक बार मारो।
बार बार मरने से अच्छा है हम एक बार मरे। इन पे अटैक नहीं हुआ है या हम पे अटैक हुआ। दिस इज अ वॉइस कमिंग फ्रॉम ए कश्मीरी मुस्लिम हु इज आल्सो द नेबर ऑफ सुनील कुमार। दे हैव बीन लिविंग together for long time and they know each other, and now today they saying that instead of killing one, kill all of us.
मिलिटेंसी 30 साल की है। 30 साल की बीमारी कोई एकाएक ऐसे नहीं खत्म होगी, डेफिनेटली खत्म कर रही है। हमारी फौज है, पुलिस फोर्स है, अपनी जान की कुर्बानी देकर के इसको खत्म कर रहे हैं।
Now the Kashmiri Pandits are demanding relocation.
कश्मीर घाटी में एक बार फिर जो है कश्मीरी पंडित समुदाय को निशाना बनाया गया है। वहीं अगर बात की जाए जम्मू में, तो जम्मू में रिजर्व कैटेगरी एम्प्लॉयज जो हैं वो लगातार विरोध प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं। इनकी मांग है कि ये कश्मीर घाटी में जो है वो काम नहीं करना चाहते, डर का माहौल है और इन्हें जो है जम्मू स्थानांतरित किया जाए।
जो वहाँ हालात इस समय बने हुए हैं कि टारगेट किलिंग हो रही है, क्योंकि टारगेट किलिंग ये तो किसी से छुपी नहीं है, आए दिन वहाँ पर किलिंग हो रही है। ये हम नहीं कह सकते हैं कि बीच में हालात ठीक हो गए थे।
Questions are being raised.
कश्मीरी पंडितों को आप बिल्कुल ही अनसेफ कर दिए और वो इसलिए अनसेफ हो रहे हैं क्योंकि आपकी सरकार ने उनको के सेफ्टी प्रोवाइड करने में सरासर नाकाम साबित हुई है।
The BJP assures action.
साउथ कश्मीर है, वहाँ पर भी रैलियाँ निकल रही हैं और ये सब हमने आपने देखा है। तो एक फ्रस्ट्रेशन होना स्वाभाविक बात है आतंकवादियों में।
The Gupkar gang proceeds with hollow condemnations. But is it time for an all-out crackdown and a real policy to safeguard Pandits now? Let's debate.
Ahmad Ayaz, is it too difficult for Mehbooba Mufti, for the others to simply say that a Hindu has been targeted again? A Kashmiri Pandit is being killed. Is it impossible for them to say that?
They should show. It does not matter. Why? Because when they were themselves the government, they could not do anything much. So to say that even if they condemn...
No, but why can't they say that? Why can't they say that a Hindu has been killed again?
No, that is there. Even
no, why can't they say it? Is it Sajid Hussain Kargili? Is it difficult for Mehbooba Mufti, Omar Abdullah to say that a Kashmiri Pandit, a Hindu, has been killed again? It's targeted killing of Hindus has happened. Why is it difficult to say that?
It's not difficult.
So why is it not being said?
Look, the government must take the responsibility.
No, 1 minute. Government didn't kill. No, government didn't kill. No, 1 minute. Government didn't kill. Government didn't kill government didn't kill. The terrorists killed. Why is it difficult to say Hindus are being targeted by terrorists?
Government failed to provide security.
No, sorry, but that's a ridiculous argument. It's like saying we'll blame George Bush and not Osama for 9/11. It's a ridiculous argument. Tuhin, why is it difficult to acknowledge that the Hindu has been targeted? I think the solution is in first acknowledging that the Hindu has been targeted. Yes.
Arnab, while the death of even a single Hindu is extremely painful and agonizing, we need to draw a distinction over here. The terrorism in Kashmir has reached its expiry date. What we are witnessing right now is frustrated targeted killings, which unfortunately, in as much as it is extremely agonizing, world over, there is no foolproof plan to combat it or to completely prevent it. 27 such killings have taken place over in the last 8 months, barring the killers of 2. All of them have been neutralized, and I can tell you that the killers of this person also, Sunil Bhatt,
they will be neutralized, but why can't we have an acknowledgement? Why can't we have an acknowledgement?
Sad part. That's a very sad part, and that is why people like Mehbooba Mufti are completely.
No, does it diminish people?
This is a Kashmir.
No, does it diminish? No, does it make anyone smaller, Gaurav, to say that yes, a Hindu is being targeted?
It makes Mehbooba Mufti smaller.
Hindus are also part of Kashmiri society, and there is no problem.
Society is not being targeted. Hindus are being targeted specifically. Gaurav.
Hindus are being targeted, and Muslims are being also killed in Kashmir. There is
the reason. Arnab, the reason why Mehbooba Mufti will not directly say that Hindus are being targeted, because her entire politics rests on this fact, targeting of Hindus. Even when her father was the Home Minister of India, Hindus were targeted. This is a family trait. This is what their family has been doing for the past 2 generations. I mean, it's not surprising, and Hindus are being targeted unless you address the problem. What is the problem in Kashmir? The problem in Kashmir is radical Islamist jihad. That is the problem, but we are shy of saying it. You're shy of saying it because you think you'll be called communal. I'm shy of saying it because I think somebody will say, oh, Gaurav, you're communal. We're all shy of saying it. And this is why the people must suffer, because we are not doing our duty as citizens of this country. The government, we in the media, everybody must bluntly say what it is. And why hypocrites like Mehbooba Mufti and Farooq Abdullah will never say Hindus are targeted. They will never go to the houses.
And I wonder what they want. I wonder what they want, because hard of
Muslim, it's not correct. It is a killing. We should say that the militants keep on changing their strategies, where we have been failing to come back in a way that when the last time this thing of round took place.
Those are not militants, those are terrorists. First, get your nomenclature right. Those are not militants, they are terrorists. Number one.
Call them terrorists.
Number two, yes, please call them terrorists. And number 2, it makes a lot of difference. Number 2, let me tell you, you have to call a spade a spade. How are you going to solve the problem unless you identify the problem?
No, the
problem is jihad. There is no other problem in Kashmir.
No,
why are you not saying that the problem is jihad?
No, it is not that. It is you say, but it is not that. It is the militant activity.
First of all, don't use the word militant on Republic. You use the word militant on Latian's channels, not on Republic. So I'm telling you again, change the mindset. I want to just, Ahmad Ayaz, after all these years, don't you have a single modicum of honesty left? If you were honest, you would say, you know what? That these are cowards. Only two Kashmiri Pandit families are left there. I don't know how much Pandits have to suffer anymore. Locals in Shopia standing outside Sunil Kumar's residence to receive his body, and he's saying, and they are saying there are only 2 families left. No. And why were they? Why was Sunil Kumar shot? Why? Why? No, answer why. Tell, why was he shot? No, I want you to acknowledge it now. I want you to tell me that because he was a Hindu. Say so, because he was a Hindu.
He was killed. He was killed. He was shot because he was a Hindu. When Rahul Bhatt was killed, and they wanted the because he was a Hindu. You have not changed anything. Rahul Bhatt was killed because he was a Hindu. Any Hindu, any Pandit who has been killed in Kashmir is killed because he is a Hindu and the Pandit. You have not learned even after Rahul Bhatt was killed, and the people migrated again. People left the Kashmir again. Who have with great difficulty come back to see that they settled in Srinagar, settled in Kashmir, and they have left again like 90, and they have not taken up settled. And today again,
you know, I'll tell you why they were killed. They were killed because the mood in the Kashmir Valley is changing. Because 4 days back, even the families of people who have been terrorists had raised the national flag. That is the reason. That is the reason. They're scared of this display of nationalism in this country, but it will not stop. That is the reason. That is the reason.
What we do is...
Don't use the word militancy on Republic. Don't use the word militancy on Republic.
That's all what we do. And then we go in the area and try to search out that channel.
Gauravarya.
We have never thought how to deal
Well,
with
there was a 7,500 square foot tricolor which was unfurled at Dal Lake. The tricolor is there.
That is one part. That's okay.
No, it's not one part. It is the fact.
People are getting killed, Arnab.
People are right there in the middle of Lal Chowk. What are you saying? I want the mood is changed. You accept it. Why doesn't the Gupkar gang pick a side? Decide. No? Decide. No, don't sit on the fence. Force them, Gaurav, to pick a side. Decide which side you're on.
No, absolutely, Arnab. I'd like to ask a simple question to Mr. Ayaz. I want to ask you, sir, एक बात बताइए मुझे, आप क्यों कंडेम करने में इतना डरते हैं? क्या खौफ है? कौन आ जाएगा? कौन रात को आपका दरवाजा खटखटाएगा? बताइए ना हमको भी. क्यों आप उनको टेररिस्ट नहीं बोलते? क्यों ये नहीं बोलते कि उसको इसलिए मारा वो पंडित था? इतने हजारों कश्मीरी पंडितों को अब तो आपका दिल पसीना चाहिए.
You call them terrorists, it does not matter anything. You what will it change? You call anything.
No.
I tell you.
I want to know why don't you call them a terrorist? Why don't you call them a terrorist?
No, okay, I call it terrorist. But how does it change? What is going to change with this? What is going to change? We will call Pakistan Murdabad.
I'll tell you.
How does it change?
Once you call them terrorists, it will stop, sir. It will stop people like you giving them covering fire. You're giving them intellectual support. वो दिन में गोली चलाते हैं और रात को आप लोग डिबेट में आके उनको प्रोटेक्शन देते हैं.
No, ask me.
I'll make them acknowledge it today. Why was Rajni Bala killed? Why was Rajni Bala killed? Why was Rajni Bala killed? Why was Rahul Bhatt killed? Why was Balkrishna Bhatt targeted? Why was Balkrishna Bhatt shot at? Tell me, no answer. Why are you shifting right now? Why are you looking shifty? Tuhin ask them, why were they killed? Where is your outrage for them? Why was Makhanlal Bindru killed? Why was Councillor Rakesh Pandita killed? Why was Ajay Pandita killed?
The biggest change today is that the Muftis and the Abdullahs are in a minority. Their mentality is more in sync with the 100-odd terrorists who still remain in the valley, and by not condemning it, the killing of Hindus, they are actually making themselves completely redundant, which they are. The sheer zest with which millions of people of Kashmir this time rose to the occasion and raised the national flag, which includes the father of Hizbul terrorist, slain Hizbul terrorist Riyaz Naiku, which included Burhan Wani's father. All of this has reduced the Muftis and the Abdullahs into a minority, and it is better they acknowledge it, it is better they regret it and condemn these killings, because if they don't, rest assured.
But why doesn't the government go all out now? No. Why doesn't the government also go all out now? You know, I know there is pressure. Tuhin, 1 minute. Tuhin, my question to you now, please. Take my question. And we all know the strategic situation on the ground. I know that there is this pressure. Let's hold elections in Jammu and Kashmir. By the way, I don't feel you should come under any global pressure. Gaurav, I'm saying this, Ashok. Don't come under global pressure. We have to have elections in Kashmir. What elections in Kashmir? What elections in Kashmir? Then you'll go and tie up with one of these parties. The BJP will next tie up with the National Conference. Anyway, Farooq Abdullah is trying to make up right now because he's facing ED investigations. You'll join hands with one of these treacherous Kashmiri parties, and form a coalition government. There is no need to. We have 1 million military personnel on the ground. Why don't you go all out? 75th Independence Day is there. Why don't you go all out? हो जाए ना, क्यों नहीं हो रही? Ashok Pandit, do you agree with me? There are 9.5 lakh army personnel deployed in Kashmir after the abrogation. That's the area of responsibility. Go all out now. That's the only way.
The killings of all out first with the Pakistan. First with the Pakistan.
Arnab expecting anything from Mehbooba Mufti, Farooq Abdullah, all these people is absolutely a waste, because these are the people who have brought Kashmir to this level. As far as elections in Kashmir is concerned, as far as government, other democratic process of Kashmir, in Kashmir is concerned, till the time all the Kashmiri Pandits don't return to Kashmir,
forget
till
elections.
The time the killings of innocents are not stopped, till the time the entire control
absolutely
of
forget
India
elections. No need.
In Kashmir, there should be no elections.
We need to keep up the pressure.
There should be no elections. What elections are we talking about? What elections are we talking about? And Arnab, another thing.
Sajjad on the right. Sajjad on the right.
The problem.
No,
the problem. After Sunil Bhatt today was killed, after Sunil Bhatt was killed today, it's very important for the present dispensation to see to it that no Kashmiri Pandit is killed there. Because all the Kashmiri Pandits there, whatever few they are remaining there, are in fear. The demand of Kashmiri Pandits to transfer all the Prime Minister package employees to Jammu should be agreed to it immediately.
I think
and compensation to Sunil Bhatt's family should be immediately given, and their orchards and their land should be protected immediately.
Sajjad was responding. Sajjad.
Arnab, as you were saying that there are 9 lakh army of personals in Kashmir.
Yeah.
But still, why the
I have an answer.
And
The
agencies have failed to protect these Kashmiri Pandits?
You know my answer.
These Kashmiri Hindus. Yes,
my answer. I'll answer you. My own view. First of all, my view on Kashmir is very different from that of the government. My view is there is no need to have elections. My view is you clear out straightforward, keep central rule, enforce the rule of the law, keep a strong army, increase your army presence on the ground, increase boots on the ground. But I go one step further. I would say all those so-called educated intellectuals and so-called journalists who are being leveraged, who are actually overground workers, should also be lined up and put inside. Believe me, then there will be peace, industrialization, jobs in Kashmir. That's when Kashmir will change. My straight view. I'm running short of time, Gaurav, so I'll pick it up once more. But viewers, we need comprehensive counter-terror operations. Comprehensive means everything which I mentioned as well.
Arnab,
and what do you... Okay, very quickly, 10 seconds, Gaurav.
Arnab, actually, in the Kashmir Valley, there is only 15 corps, Arnab, which does not have more than 80,000 soldiers. In all, even if you include J&K police and you include CRPF and BSF, there are not more than 3.5 lakh troops, Arnab. Inside the Kashmir Valley properly, not more than 3 lakh, Arnab. Baki line of control मिला के सब बना के बोल रहा हूँ, because in Kashmir Valley there is only 15 corps. 14 corps is in Leh and 16 corps is in Nagrota, Jammu.
Correct. I'm talking about all forces in Jammu and Kashmir, including additional forces, LAC, LOC, everything. So I'm taking a wider definition, but the issue is not on numbers. I'm sure on the points I raised, you are with me, Gaurav, and I thank you all for that, ladies and gentlemen. Running short of time, and I promise to be back without doubt, 9 p.m. tomorrow. Till then, thank you. Goodbye.